Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Eagle Politics. Make sure you guys like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So New Jersey Democrats, once again, another one has defected to support Jack Ciattarelli for governor, and we're 6 days away from the election, and this guy's got to be like the 5th or the 6th. Like, it's incredible how you see this happening day in, day out, where Democrats just are bleeding support in a very hotly contested race when they're running one of these establishment Democrats. It's got a lot of problems. It's like, think about Hillary Clinton back in the day, and except this is a state that even she won in 2016 by double digits. Joe Biden won it by 17. Donald Trump was able to narrow the margin to a 6-point loss in 2024, which honestly is really impressive when you consider the fact that the state voted just about the same as Arizona did for the Republicans. And a lot of Democrats thought they were going to win Arizona. I didn't. I thought there was no way given the data, but they deny the data. And we're going to look into the data, the good, the bad, see what's going on. But this is still anybody's race as it stands now. There's a lot of people that have not voted, and we need a really big turnout down the stretch in order to win this thing, as we would under any circumstance. So I encourage people, get out and vote in New Jersey. Make sure you contact everyone you know in New Jersey, whether you live there or not, that would vote for Jack, and get them out to vote. But again, he's gaining support. The question is, does he have the turnout? Because keep in mind, Jeff Lewis of Branchville joins a growing number of Democrats endorsing Jack for governor. That is huge. You're talking about endorsements as now that he didn't have back then. You're talking about the VAAD Orthodox Jewish community that typically votes as a block. He didn't get that endorsement last time. He got some of their votes because there was a lot of anger that he didn't get it, but it was not really the turnout at the level that he needed. Mikie Sherrill, this time around, she could not get that endorsement, and she's losing support everywhere. She's not going to do as well with minority voters as Phil Murphy did. She's not going to do as well with union voters. The question is it enough, and will there be enough turnout in general? Because the Democrats, they have a machine there. The Republicans are getting better, but are they really where they need to be? Well, we'll talk about it. We're going to go over some of the data, but really quickly, guys, I have to tell you about my good friends over at CHOQ. Men's testosterone levels decline 1% a year on average after the age of 30. Even worse, their levels on average are half of what they were 50 years ago. Testosterone is more than just your manhood. It's critical for mental clarity, mood, sleep, and overall vitality. And the Patriots at CHOQ.com, CHOQ.com, have formulated a blend of natural herbal supplements that support your body's natural testosterone production. Just one ingredient in their male vitality stack has boosted free testosterone levels by more than 50% in just 21 days. And right now, you can get 25% off your CHOQ subscription for life. Just go to CHOQ.com, that's CHOQ.com, and use the promo code REDEAGLE. That's 25% off any subscription for life, and you could cancel at any time. CHOQ is made in America, and their all-American customer service team is standing by to assist you. That's CHOQ.com, CHOQ.com, promo code REDEAGLE, or you can call or text them at 50-CHOQ-3000. So Republicans, day 3 of early voting, they won it. Day 4 was pretty much a wash, but it seems like it's neck and neck in the early voting, where it's very similar to 2024, more so than it was 2021, where you did have more early voting, more cannibalized Democrat votes, but at the same time, you also had them winning the early vote by a decent margin. Republicans outvoting the Democrats, even though more Democrats will vote for Jack than Republicans by registration will vote for Mikie Sherrill, and independent voters are probably going to lean significantly in Jack's column, the unaffiliated voters, compared to how they voted in 2024. And honestly, you could make the case on a certain level compared to 2021, because there's a lot of right-leaning voters in that column, that's for sure. But the problem is turnout. Now, independent turnout is good. That could mean one or two things. We don't know which ones are showing up. It is true the red counties do have decent level turnout. Ocean County setting records. That's all good. And the Republicans in the early voting just need to stop the bleeding. And you see this, the Democrats, they only have a raw vote edge of 5,000 votes between now in the end of early voting. Republicans could easily make that up. That's true. And they have to do that, and they should do that, and they should try. But regardless, they're going to need a massive showing on election day in order to win, because that's when the race is going to be won. You could estimate that right now Jack might be behind, 200,000 votes to 300,000 votes. However, it doesn't mean that this is some sort of unwinnable election. It just really comes down to turnout. A lot of Republicans, men in particular, younger voters in particular, they like to wait until election day. They like to procrastinate. The only problem is this is an election that's taking place in an odd-numbered year. Will enough of these people show up? We know Jack has a very enthusiastic base, but you think about like the No Kings protesters. Those are the type of people that show up for every little election. Meanwhile, the average person might show up for Jack if there was a full turnout election in New Jersey where it was like mandatory voting like Australia. Ironically enough, I think Jack would win by a sizable margin. The problem is Democrats just have that higher baked-in floor. Republicans have a higher ceiling, so they need to get out these voters. And I think the baseline that you could use is 2021. I know that Republicans were more angry back then because of things like the lockdowns. Now Democrats are a little bit more angry because Orange Man is back in the White House or whatever. So we do have to work around that as an obstacle. I don't think it can't be done, because Phil Murphy's approval rating now is lower than it's really ever been. And Mikie Sherrill is an atrocious candidate with a divided Democrat field. There's going to probably be more crossover votes in number for Jack this time around than last time around. The question is, will more people on the left show up? Now, it's also true that a lot of people on the right are becoming more engaged. They look and they see, okay, New Jersey's becoming a purple state. Let's try to flip it red. And then there's that whole movement where they want to show up. But I'd like to see more turnout in the early voting, although it is true that you don't know which way the other votes are going to go. We know Jack's probably going to get a higher percentage of them than Trump. And also the election day vote as well. We need to get some solid turnout up there, but it's possible. You look at the polling, and we understand New Jersey polls are awful. They were horrific in the 2024 election. I think they underestimated Donald Trump by like 5 to 10 points. They did the same thing in 2021. And right now, Jack is down, but he's down by 3.7 points, and there's plenty of undecideds in the polls, and Jack got the lion's share of those voters last time around, and that's true. And a lot of these polls like Rutgers Eagleton, Fairleigh Dickinson, overestimated the end percentage that Phil Murphy got. So we know that these polls are not really going to tell us the entire full story here. Now, Virginia, I think, is more cut and dry. Some of the polls are conflicting, whether it's going to be like a double-digit win for the Democrats or like a 4-point win. I think 7 to 8 is fair. And then, down ballot, I think that the Republicans will overperform the top of the ticket at the lieutenant governor slot by a couple points. And then I think that Miares, due to who he's going up against, is going to outperform by like 10, which probably should be enough to get him across the finish line. This race comes down to how off the polls are, who those unaffiliated voters truly are, how many flips is Jack getting compared to vice versa. I don't really know why any Republican wouldn't vote for him. It seems like he's done a very good job of uniting the GOP behind him, which is an amazing feat because he's getting both people who didn't vote for Trump, but also MAGA enthusiasm. That is something that you want to see. And Mikie Sherrill is just, people that are voting for her are just holding their nose. They're blinded by TDS. But, it's true. New Jersey's still New Jersey. This is still the state that 5 years ago backed Joe Biden by 17 points. And, if you really have this environment where it's like a blue wave and your run-of-the-mill establishment Democrat ends up underperforming Kamala Harris, that's not really the greatest sign in the world moving forward for you. I know it's a statewide race. It's a little bit less polarized. I get that. But still, if there's really this like massive blue wave, this is like a litmus test because these special elections they cling to, this is a statewide race, the first big race with an R and a D next to the candidates' names in an entire statewide election that we're going to be seeing since Trump's victory last fall. So we'll see who's able to really pull out the victory. But Jack has a path. We just need people to turn out. So if you're in New Jersey, please turn out. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Like this video down below, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Red Eagle, out.